Morning guys, I'm at it again. I'm in the workshop and I'm going to quickly try and throw together another little project here on the welding table. And on the table today we got ourselves a couple of odds and ends. We're going to try and rig together a wire tying tool. What we want to achieve is being able to tie these sorts of rings. First is I made this little guy for myself, just out of some rebar and a piece of flat iron, except I want to try and be a little bit more elegant this time. So I've got this horizontal. You're here with me, Morgs Brew. You're on my channel. Stick around, check this out. It's going to be a birthday present for one of my good friends, Rob. Okay, the basic layout, I think this is how it's going to work. I'll put a tip on here like that so that I've got a nice little flat piece with a notch in it. I can do that so that the eye isn't as close to the end as it is now. Put this handle in through there. Then one of the things you need to remember is that the handle size needs to line up with the distance from the eye to the end there, because if it's longer, what will happen is when you're twisting your handle, it's going to come in contact with the pipe on the other side here. So this will be a nice pour grip over there. We're going to weld this all together with our nice trusty little Meg over here. Got our gas bottle up, she's almost empty. We'll be changing that out soon. We really need to sort out a welding table, get this shitty paint off of here, burn it off somehow. And then at the moment what I'm doing is I'm just welding on pieces of old metal that's lying around here that I did some practicing on. This is me learning to MIG, but I got it down now. See, putting joints together like this, no problems here. Tush, tush. So if this is going to be the handle side that we used to pry over like that, I figure it's not very nice to hang on to all of this thread. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take this old hoe handle that we broke in the slaguluing exercises. I'm going to use a Forstner bit to drill out a indentation inside there that fits on here. Then I'm going to stave a bait this thing, stave a pass. We're going to stick it in there and we're going to put it all together. So what ends up is we end up with this piece of hoe handle like that, that's been drilled out here with a nice little Forstner bit, and this guy fits in nice and snug. So I'm going to stave fast that thing in there now, and then later on today come back and weld up the rest of this rig. We've moved from that side to this side here where we're at our drill press. We've got our metal clamp on, we've got our guide in here. We're going to try and put a little hole through this rod. It's the smallest drill I've got, so hopefully it's going to work. Fortunately the new help has arrived. Maisie, what are you going to do? Hey, not going to help very much. Anyways, let's get this puppy switched up. Woo! And yeah, so it's not pretty, but it's strong. We're going to shape him down. The heat on the weld pulled it a bit skew, but it's okay. It'll work, it does the trick. It's not supposed to be perfect, it's supposed to be hard and fucking functional. Do the job, that's what it's supposed to do. Doesn't have to look perfect. Okay, well, let's put it to the test. Basic process is you need to get a piece of wire. You need to work out the length that you need, but we're going to bend it in half to start. Approximately half, and we try and get a nice kink like that on the one side, as far as bending that up nicely with a pair of pliers just to get a good kink in there. And then what I'll try and do is just straighten up a little bit this bend, this natural bend you get in the coil of a wire, just so I've got something to work with there. And then we're going to use our hoe handle. Put the first kink in there, just like that, and then you're going for approximately halfway. So we do that, we put this through the eye, and then we bend the eye around. So bend the eye around. Depending on how neat you want to be, you're going to watch the coils over here. So you bend the eye right round, and he's going to come right the way back here. So I'm just going to try and neaten up a bit. Then we've got to go back through this eye here. These two pieces of wire. Bring them back through that eye. Watch your overlaps. Then what we do is we take our tool, we load our handle in here. We need to feed these two pieces of wire through our holes we drilled in here. Bring that one in through that side. Bring this one in through this side. Our little tooth hooking up on that. And then we start to wind. So put our tooth on that loop. And then we wind it. Just going to snip these off, these extra lengths so they don't get in my way. Twist it up nice and tight like that. And then we flip this guy right over. And we're going to end up with our bound on loop. Now this thing is tight on here. It's not very neat. I did it very quickly and roughly, but I can show you some of the neater ones. So this is what you got to do. You got to try and practice. Find out how much wire you need per bind. Do it over and over again. And that brings us to the end of that little clip. Guys, these are simple things, wire tying tools. I've made a few of them now and I quite enjoy just throwing them together with whatever I find lying around in my metal boxes. I'm getting myself ready to start another season of more in-depth videos. I'm just trying to build up the momentum and I'm trying to get through a couple of things on the farm that I'm busy with. And I'm looking forward to chatting to all you guys again. So if you've enjoyed this, hit the subscribe button down below. Give me a thumbs up. And I will see you in the coming weeks in my new season. Up until then, keep it real.